It's spooky season, and I think the best way to celebrate is by taking a look at some scary Bionicle creations. And all these creations are going to be skeleton themed. I mean, we had a whole wave of skull themed Bionicle bad guys in G2, so if you've got pieces from those sets, maybe you can use them to make your own cool stuff. So that's what we'll be looking at today. Let's dive in. First off, we have Skull Esamid by Reganalian D's. Okay, this is sick. Look at this finely crafted armor. Bro looks straight out of Dark Souls or Elden Ring. I really love the use of these dinosaur tail pieces in silver. Layering them like this not only helps to craft beautiful organic shapes, but the look of it feels so much more detailed and ornate. Yeah, it reminds me of something like this. The armor, it's got that fine level of detail with those trimmings. And the shape of it feels very smooth and curved. I feel like the repeated use of this piece represents that quite well. But yeah, and by the way, of course, these pieces appear in all sorts of different sets. They're typically on tentacles, tails, horns, whatever. Some of them came in this old Superman set. I also greatly enjoy this shoulder armor. Down below, we have these like Nuva shoulders from, say, Tahu. And then above it, we have some of these armor pieces that appeared in a variety of Star Wars Ultra Build sets. Don't these elements pair so nicely together like this? Moving on down to the character's sword. How good is this? I think what really sells this is some of the finer details, like the ball joint that caps off the end, or some of the translight blue studs on the little tips, even the chain that's wrapped around it. Sure, the overall size and shape of the blade is dope, but these smaller additions, I think that's what really sells the overall look and feel. Detail up your swords, guys. It's worth doing. And finally, I want to talk about this waistcoat. The shaping is sensational. You'll see here the inclusion of some of these smaller Technic panels. Now, man, I say all the time, hey, use Technic panel pieces, they're so good, they look great on a waist, they look good as armor. I say that all the time. So why don't we talk about some of the other pieces that are used alongside these that help make this look so good. Like just here, you can see some of these larger rubber spikes. These came on Mixel sets, Chima sets, I think some Dream sets have them as well, I might be wrong on that. But they appear in a lot of different stuff. It's a good piece. And then just next door you have some of these wonderful Invasion from Below large spikes. Both of these pieces are a little bit older, but they're still being made in modern LEGO sets. Same with those Technic panel pieces. So if you got all these pieces, you pull them together and turn it into just gorgeous waist armor. This looks awesome. Mock number 2 is Witch Doctor, and this is built by Kalahiki Mocks. Yeah, the G2 Skull villains are not the only skeleton-themed characters. If you want to build something in this aesthetic, take a look at Witch Doctor. Heck, just go and buy that set. It's not the cheapest set, but it's not outrageously expensive, thankfully. I mean, look at him, the mask, the pieces, it's so good. What immediately grabbed me here on this creation would have to be the trans green. Not only does it pair nicely with the white, but the vibe of it feels so magical. It creates the illusion that Witch Doctor was just a skeleton that's been reanimated with some kind of dark green magic. And that magic is now just emanating out of his body. I think that's really clever. And it was a great choice too to kind of layer that trans green underneath a lot of white pieces. It really gives the sense that the magic is flowing from inside his body. It's also quite clever to use some of these Zamasphere cage pieces to create a skeletal appearance on the leg. These pieces came in a set like Motoro and Nika. And I know what you're thinking, that's not really how leg bones look on a humanoid person. Sure, that's definitely true. But the vibes are nice, right? It still feels like a skeleton, so I don't know. I'm fine with it. This is a really good mock. Up next, Agram. This is built by GZB Mocks. The armor detailing on this, it accomplishes a very similar look to what we were talking about before on Reganalian D's mock. I was talking about the rounded shapes, or the very kind of ornate detailing. It looks like actual armor, or, at least fantasy-style armor that you see in various storytelling. This accomplishes that same look, but it's doing it with far fewer pieces. The torso element, for example. This is the same torso piece that came on a set like Brain Attack Breeze. It naturally just has that perfect level of curvature and detail that's molded into it. And if you dress it up even further with a few nice printed pieces and some tooth elements, some claws, that kind of stuff, you get something really impressive. Combine it with that shoulder armor as well, and oh, you really got something. You know, it's just really reassuring, isn't it? There's many different ways that you can pull off that exact same art style, but you don't need millions of pieces to do it. Sure, if you do have millions of pieces, it does look really good. But so does this. Turning the creation around, you'll see some little treasures. Yeah, you got minifigure backpacks, which have been repurposed into little satchels and pouches, and even the inclusion of this little Nexonite book. All of this being attached onto a kind of belt. That is lovely. This is your sign. Go into your collection and take a look at your minifigure accessories. Some of them are going to scale really well with Bionicles. Funnily enough, I think some of them would actually scale better with a Bionicle than they do with a minifigure. Some minifigure pieces are just gigantic. One other nice touch has to be the hands. You'll see that it's including some of these pieces. It allows those bottom fingers to branch out in a bit more of a visually pleasing way. Oftentimes when we see a hand design on a Bionicle, it's using some of these T-bar pieces, the same ones that come on Hydraxon. And doing this lets the fingers rest at a bit of a higher up angle, which looks good, but this looks just as good, if not maybe a little bit better. I just like this slight variation. Not really seen it before, it's good. And finally, this is Kolta Kai, Slave of Makuta, a mock that has been built by Bob the Bodybuilder. What an amazing upgrade to that original set. They've done such an awesome job of armoring up some of those more exposed areas. And I think the overall silhouette and just the general redesign of this guy, he looks so much more menacing. Yeah, sure, it's a shame that some of those bone pieces are no longer present, because they did really help with the skeleton vibes. But I don't know, he still kind of looks like a scary skeleton Death Knight. I don't think the removal of those bone limb pieces has affected the original vibe all that much. And the armor looks so good, doesn't it? I especially love the asymmetrical gold shoulder pad. It adds a nice bit of flair, and it pairs well with the gold creature head that's on the torso. This of course is the exact same one that came on the Creature of Fire. It's cool, this looks good as chest armor, but also those little trans-orange accents. They pair well with the other trans-orange accents. It's like this piece was made to be on this mock. It's a nice touch to also add in some of these gold Exoforce arms onto the thighs. They create a bit of an X shape. It's very pretty. Got to talk about this shot here as well. Makuta standing next to his gigantic bodyguard. What a pair. This image goes so hard. And that, everyone, was some sweet skull-themed bad guys. Hopefully this has inspired you to build some of your own skeleton characters. It's Halloween, it's the perfect time to do it. If you need more inspiration, don't forget to take a look at the links below. There you can find more work from the builders I featured today. Thanks for watching, guys, happy building, and bye for now. I do believe that Kalahiki Mox is in the process of revamping that Witch Doctor mock, so keep an eye out for that.